morning, Geelong. We are back with you for another week and it's an absolute pleasure. Well, currently in Geelong taking place, and it's probably what's ruling the headlines in the media at the moment, is the council elections. Now, Councillor Andrew Katos was unopposed in his ward of Deakin Ward, so he is already the next councillor for the ward. He is with Rawlo.
Thank you very much, Megan, and again, welcome to Good Morning Geelong. Rawlo's looking nice and bright this morning. Yes, relaxed, enjoying the beautiful weather. Hopeful rain does come our way, but if you're looking bright, you feel bright, don't you? Joining us on the couch this morning in the world of local politics here in our city of Greater Geelong is a man who has spent the last 6 months as a city councillor on the COGG and in the coming elections has already been returned because no one is standing against him. It's a very warm welcome from the Deakin Ward to Councillor Andrew Katos. Good morning, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Graham. Pleasure to be here.
Must be a great relief in one way, but in another way, a signal of a sense of security and acceptance by the people of Deakin Ward here at the City of Greater Geelong to come in unopposed at the coming elections. Yeah,
it's a very unusual but pleasant situation to be in. Look, I only was elected 6 months ago, so I think bearing that in mind, a lot of the people probably thought I've campaigned strongly and obviously it would have been a difficult task to come up against me.
And for our viewers up there in the northern suburb of Geelong called Melbourne, the Deakin Ward is a very central ward as far as the City of Greater Geelong is concerned, around the areas of Highton.
Yes, it incorporates Highton, Ceres, Wandana Heights, a small amount of warm ponds up to the Princess Highway. It's where the ring road will come out, is in Deakin Ward, and it's bounded to the north by the river. So Barwon's the northern boundary.
Now, you're also holding the portfolio of finance, which in today's age, I suppose, has taken on new levels of recognition and responsibility.
That's right, Graham. Look, I think finance portfolio is going to be important with all the things that happen globally. The market's going to tighten up. We have to be more prudent as councils. We have to be more conservative in our outlook. And, you know, we have to watch our spending in the coming years and perhaps reassess some things that are in the pipeline at the moment.
Well, before we start looking at the future, let's have a look at the first 6 months in the life of Councillor Andrew Katos. Have you settled into the job well? How's the family support been? Because it's a big task when you really get down to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, it's my wife Vicky and the kids have been fantastic. It is more of a toll on your family time because a lot of the council activities are either early morning or the evening. So it does occasionally eat into your business time, but it's not too bad business-wise. But look, my wife's been very supportive and I love her and, you know, she's been fantastic with me and my endeavours here on council.
Now, looking ahead, the budget for 2008-2009 for the City of Greater Geelong has recently been released. From a financial viewpoint, there's some very significant elements of finance. Within the Deakin Ward, the Highton area and the proposals there regarding the from around the major Bellevue Avenue shopping centre and its surrounds with the Highton sporting facilities, hopefully some significant capital improvements around there.
Yeah, well, you've got the Highton master plan that's come up with the Highton Reserve there, so we'll have improvements in the reserve. The club rooms there at the Alexander Thompson Geelong Falcons will be redone. The cricket pitches are going to be moved, so there's going to be significant changes there to improve that. And also the Highton Tennis Club's going to have designed for a new pavilion. So we're making a real nice community hub centred around the shopping centre, so it'll be a magnet there for the entire ward.
And on a wider scale, a lot of roadworks and footpaths reconstruction and relaying work.
Yes, like I know, for example, Roslyn Road from the roundabout up to the church there and a bit further is going to be in the pipeline to be resurfaced. There's a plan to put a footpath in from, because at the moment, if you live in the Deakin University estate there's no footpath between there and the Wampon Shopping Centre. So what's happening is you've got people actually walking on the shoulder of the road to get to the shopping centre. So there is plans in the pipeline to get a footpath to give nice linkage from the university estate to the Warm Pond Shopping Centre.
Now, I know in your pre-selection period earlier this year, one of your pet items was the world of water. And I see one of the major financial items is some new catchment basins being established as a result of the Ring Road runoff.
Yes, well, that's part of the that's part of the civil works. Obviously, when you've got all those areas that are taking water, you've got to have the retarding basins, because if all that water all of a sudden comes into the stormwater system, could very much overload it. So you've got these retarding basins that fills the basin, and then it slowly goes into the stormwater system. But probably I was more concentrated early in the year about our water problems we have here in Geelong. It really is a bit beyond the scope of local government, but I feel that it's been neglected for a while. And look, we've got a very good water resource on our doorstep in the Otway Ranges, and I feel it should be investigated further. People start talking about dams as a dirty word, etc. Look, in my view, we should be investigating this. It's not about let's go and dam every last river in sight. That's not what we're on about. That's not what I'm on about. But we have to have a situation where we've been on stage 4 restrictions now for a good 3 or 4 years. I know the Otway coast down there has significant rainfall even in dry years, and I think it's something that really should be considered, because we can't simply just keep sucking water out of the ground. That water's got to come from somewhere as well.
And as I recall from some of that literature that we read and we spoke about with yourself, there is an amazing percentage of water runoff in some of our catchment areas that doesn't end up in the catchment, ends up out at sea. Correct.
I think it's approximately 93% of the rainfall in the Otway Ranges goes to sea. So we're only harvesting 7% of that. The Otway coast, for example, has a average rainfall, this is Barwon Water's figures, of 750 million megalitres of water a year. 750,000, I beg your pardon, megalitres of water a year fall in the Otway catchment. Yet in that catchment we harvest 19,000 of it out of 750,000, which is an extraordinary amount to let run out to sea.
Now, with the new council elections coming up, looking forward to some of the next 4 years with a lot of vision.
Yeah, so I think that's something that you can never really. It's hard to turn around and say, oh, something that's been lacking, but it's certainly not that. But I think that the problem we've had with the council in the last 4 years, and I feel sorry for some of the councillors on there because they haven't been involved in it. But we've really got to put this Cash for Council saga and these conflict of interest sagas behind us. And we've got to look at myself to lead by example and show the people of Geelong that, look, I will lead and I want the faith restored in the city and our decision-making process and our transparency. And that's something I feel that has really been lacking in the last couple of years. Unfortunately, it's not all the councillors, but those councillors have copped, some of those have copped it a bit unfairly. But that's one of my real key priorities in the next 4 years, is to restore that faith of the Geelong people.
A man of integrity, a man of openness, transparency, and a great representative of the Deakin Ward of the City of Greater Geelong. Returned unopposed at the forthcoming elections for another 4-year term. We congratulate him. Good luck and keep up the great work, Councillor Andrew Katos.
Thank you very much, Graham. Pleasure being on the show.
Good morning, Geelong, as we take you back to the hostess with the mostess, Megan Holbrook.
Thanks for that, Rollo, and certainly Andrew there. Now we'll take a quick break and we'll be straight back with more of Good Morning Geelong.